Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mahnoor Imran and I welcome you all on the online learning platform of AFAQ Sun series for English Grade 5 Unit 2. Before starting our today's lecture, I would like to tell you that what makes AFAQ unique. That is planning. We believe that planning is a fundamental to successful learning and teaching. And for this purpose, AFAQ has provided the whole academic calendar that has been majorly divided into three periodic terms. Each periodic term contains 2 periodic units. So as a whole, it makes 6 periodic units in 3 periodic terms. The whole academic calendar is planned in 6 weeks, in which 5 weeks are allocated for learning and teaching, and the last 6th week is allocated for the assessment of the whole first term. Dear teachers, keeping in mind the weightage of each subject, AFAQ also provide you the suggested timetable. You can also alter it as per your choice. Let's start our week 3 lessons. This will cover the term 1 unit 2 week 3. This is day 1 of week 3 and the DAP 1 and 2 are given. This will help you to obtain the following learning objectives after completing this lesson. Let's start our activity for today. Dear students, as you are done with lots of vocabulary words before, now I would like you to add some more vocabulary words for the better writing and speaking skills. So let's practice it together. Exclaim, to say something suddenly and loudly. Motivate, to make somebody want to do something. Stable, place where horses are kept. Peck, to move the beak forward quickly and bite something. Grab, to take or hold somebody or something. Dear students, I would like you to learn these words with their meanings by heart. So, let's move forward. It's time to practice some anagrams. Before starting this, I would like you to recall the anagram rules. Anagram is a word that is made by arranging the letters of another word in a different order. Like team and meet, both contain same letters, but they are rearranged to make 2 different words. In the same way, dear, read, night, thing, earth, heart. Very good. Now dear students, I am giving you a task that you are going to make anagrams for the given words. So, come back quick after doing this. Dear student, you were very best with your previous exercise. Now it's time to move forward. Dear students, you have already learned about the gender nouns. They are divided into 3 categories. Masculine nouns that are used for men, boys and maid animals. Feminine nouns that are used for women, girl and female animals. And neuter nouns that are used for neither a male or a female. Now let's practice some gender nouns. You are going to read this story below and you will answer the following question. First of all, you will write any 3 masculine nouns from this text. So dear students, next, which animal did Mars show his nephew? Sort out these animals into masculine and feminine nouns. Write their names below and come back quick for the next exercise. Dear students, last but not least, I know that you have enjoyed the masculine, feminine and neuter nouns activity. Now, let's practice it a little more. You are going to write few gender nouns in their respective columns and you are also going to paste their pictures in it. So get done with this quickly. Dear teachers and parents, now let's move forward to our term 1 unit 2 week 3 day 2 lesson. The DAP 3 is given that will help you to obtain the following learning objective. Let's start our today's activity. Dear students, now it's time to learn the sentence structure. What is a simple sentence? A simple sentence has a subject, a verb and an object. Sentence can have two objects sometimes, direct object and the indirect object. Now, before starting, I would like you to learn about the subject. Subject is somebody or something that performs an action, like a cat is running. So, the cat is someone who is doing an action. The verb is an action, like a cat is running. So, running is an action that is performed by the subject, that is cat. Now, indirect object and direct objects. Indirect object is a noun or a pronoun for whom the action is done, like a cat is running on the floor. Now the floor is a noun for whom the action is done. The direct object is whoever or whatever receives an action directly. Let's practice the sentence structures even more in the next exercise. Let's read the given sentences and notice their structure. The structure is always starting with a subject that will go forward to a verb and the object will come at the end, like Salma writes a poem. Salma is an object who is doing an action. Verb is an action that has been done by the subject. Now, in the last, this is a direct object. A poem is a noun that receives an action. Now, let's practice the sentence structure with the direct object. Faisal built a house. My brother made French fries. Fatima drew a picture. In all these sentences, you will find out that we are using the direct object. Direct object rule, again remember them, that it receives the action. So, dear students, you can practice it even more with the help of your teacher and parent. Now, you are done with the previous recalling activity of a direct object. Now, what are you going to do is, you are going to do a worksheet that will help you to identify the subject, verb and object in this given subject, and then you will write them into their respective columns. And in the last, you are going to arrange the given words to make the correct sentence structure. As you have learned, the correct sentence structure is subject, verb and the object. So, let's do it together. Dear teachers and parents, we are heading towards our next lesson. That is Term 1, Unit 2, Week 3. It's Day 3 lecture, and for this DLP 4 and DLP 5 is given to you for further assistance. This will help you to obtain the following learning objectives at the end of the lesson. Let's start our activity. Dear students, in the previous lesson we have practiced the direct objective. Now we will practice our indirect objective use in the sentence structure. Let's start it with this. Whenever we use the indirect object, we see a little variation in the sentence structure. The sentence structure starts with the subject, next it goes to the verb, and then it does not go directly to the direct object like in the previous exercise. It will go to the indirect object, and then at the end it will go to the direct object. Let's see how it works in a sentence. The teacher gave Sarah the Best Student Award. In this sentence, you will see the subject is the teacher who is doing an action. The verb is gave. This is an action word, and in this you will see the action that has been received is the Best Student Award, but it is given to Sarah, that is an indirect object. Let's practice it in the next few sentence structures. My uncle gave me a storybook. The storybook is a direct object that receives the action, but to whom it has been related is the indirect object, that is me. Let's practice it in the next one. Mother made the children a cake. So the direct object is the cake that receives the action of the subject, but the indirect one is added in it, those are children. Dear students, let's practice the next sentence. Mr. Umair bought his daughter a new doll. So you see how this pattern follows whenever we use the indirect object and the direct object in the same sentence. Keeping this formula in your mind, let's practice some more direct and indirect objects in your notebook using in the sentences. Get done with it quickly. Dear students, now it's time to recall the rules of indirect object and direct object in this worksheet. You will underline the direct object and circle the indirect object. And in the next, you will write two sentences with the direct and indirect objectives. You may take the help of your teacher and parent for completing this worksheet. So get done with it quickly and come back for the next lesson. Dear students, the rule of capitalization are always known. Let's recall them together. The name of holidays, groups and events are proper nouns, and they always start with a capital letter. Dear students, now we will practice some capitalization rules, and we will rewrite the following sentences using the correct capitalizations in your notebook. So get done with this and come back for the next. Dear students, last but not least, you are going to follow the capitalization rules again in this worksheet. So get done with this and come back quick for the next exercise. Dear teachers, parents and students, now we are done with the previous lecture. We are heading towards our next lesson. This will cover in the term 1 unit 2 week 3. This is day 4 and the DLP 6 will help you to obtain the following learning objective. Let's start our activity. Dear students, it's time to learn something new. We are going to learn about descriptive text. Dear students, before starting, we would love to learn what is descriptive text. It is a text that describes unique characteristics of a person. It tells us the detailed physical description of the face, clothes, height, etc. All the physical descriptions will be included in the descriptive text. It will further tell us about the personality, traits such as the habits and attitudes of the person. So let's practice it even more. Dear student, now this table will help you to learn more about the descriptive text. Let's start it. You will complete the given information about your father. What is the date and place of birth of your father? And mention that how many family members are there in your father family. Now you will tell us about the school and college life of your father, hobbies and interests, career and profession of your father. Complete this table with the help of your father and then come back quick. Dear parents, now you have done your previous table and you have noted down the details about your father. Now those details will help you to write a descriptive paragraph about your father using the information that you have already written in the table. Let's do it quickly. You have all been very much best at your descriptive text for your father. Now it's a worksheet that will help you to think about someone you know very well and brainstorm as much as information as you can about him or her. Write a paragraph using this information and get done with it quickly. Dear teachers and parents, we are heading towards our next lesson. This will cover the term 1 unit 2 week 3. This is day 5 and the DLP 7 is given to obtain the following learning objective. Let's start our today's activity. This activity is about writing something creative. You are going to write a paragraph on your favorite sport. Also explain why you like it, keeping in mind the rules of expressing liking and disliking. So get done with it quickly. So, dear teachers, parents and dear students, this was all for our today's video lesson. I will be there with the next video lesson. Till then, take care of yourself and Allah Hafiz.